Hello, lovely women. It's Claudia here, and today I would like to have a conversation about the comfort zone that you're possibly been stuck in for a long period of time, which is why you're listening to this video, you still don't have your period back, or you're still struggling with disordered eating behaviors and exercise obsession. And unfortunately, we do call the comfort zone, but sometimes I wonder, is that really that comfortable? Is that really that comfortable to be stuck in a position where we want to find a way out? Which is why today I really would like to share with you an image. It's like a chart that is going to explain where you are possibly sitting right now and where you can actually go in life. But sometimes we don't even think that we have the power to make our own choices. Sometimes we don't even think that we can create the life that we love and that we can change our ingrained beliefs and behaviors. So we don't take actions. So, how about today we dive deep on the comfort zone where we are right now, and we are gonna catch a glimpse of what we can be or where you can be in the future. So, let me share this powerful image with you if I can find it. Okay, so as you see, the red zone here, it's called the familiar zone. And we all know it also as the comfort zone. And that's why I don't like to call it comfort because it's very much uncomfortable most of the time, but it's familiar. It's what we know. It's what feels safe to us because we have never experienced outside the familiar zone. And we feel in control, even though sometimes it's just a perceived control, which is just an illusion, really. Because let's be honest here. How can control your eating habits for the rest of your life? How can you exercise at the same level that you exercised back in the past, which then lead you to missing your period? How can you control your kids and how much they sleep at night? How can you control your boyfriend and the way that he behaves? So the familiar zone, the comfort zone, is all about uncomfort, really. But as I said before, it's what we know. And sometimes we are in there thinking that it's actually pretty okay to be where we are. And we blame others for the choices that we make. We blame others for the things that happens to us. And that's also where we feel that we can't win the lottery ticket because we never win, because this type of things happens to other people. That's also where we think that we can't get our period back. We cannot recover from disordered eating behaviors. That's also where we think that we cannot find a good partner to spend our life with, that we cannot have children. And we keep on blaming our situations to other people outside from us. So, for example, I'm tired because my kids don't sleep, which is, by the way, very true. And I'm living through that. But there are things that can be done around that. And we also think that we cannot recover our period back because we cannot gain weight or we cannot stop exercising or we cannot eat the food. So this is our small box where we have been living in for a long period of time. And then all of a sudden, and I had this conversation with some of you already, you open the door. Just you peek outside the little box and you get into the fear zone. And all of a sudden you're taken aback and you're like, whoa, this is so comfortable. Why do you want me to step into the fear zone? Why do you want me to feel even more discomfort when I'm pretty okay where I'm at? Even though it's a very fake form of control, even though I know that I'm not happy and my life could be better and I can improve on so many things, I definitely don't want to go into the fear zone. And that's where we find excuses. That's when we rely on other people's comments and opinions. That's when we don't have self-confidence. So normally when I jump on calls with women that are on the fear zone and they don't want to invest in the HR recovery program or they don't want to spend the money on a one-on-one consult with me, it's because they're finding excuses. They're afraid. I don't have the money. I have to think about it. I have to ask my husband because it's incredibly fearful the idea of changing, of improving your life. As I said before, the familiar zone, it's an illusion. It's quite uncomfortable, but that's all you've known for such a long time. And all of a sudden, you step outside the box that you have created yourself, and there are so many fears that you have to deal with. Like, for example, if I gain weight, what other people are going to think about me? If I do the program and if I fail, that's what does it say about myself? If I can't find the money, if I can't find the time, if I can't stick to the new beliefs, to the new changes, if I can't show up for the group calls, for the one-on-one session, what does that mean? And all these fears are brewing in this zone. And guess what happened? When you decide to take the next step, that doesn't really take that long. It's just a decision that you can make in an instant of stepping into the learning zone. All the fears are really valid, but they start to dissipate because you tackle them one after the other. How? By learning new skills, by surrounding yourself by people that are going through the same process, by talking to experts like I am, that are always be there to support you during your journey. In the learning zone, you deal with challenges and problems. You're not overcome by them any longer. That's also where you acquire new skills, but it's slightly different compared to the fear zone. Because let's say, for example, that you've just started your own business and you're stuck in the fear zone of not getting clients, of not doing of not posting like, I don't know, like fun posts that are engaging, that you're not converting, your emails are not converting. So what do you do if you're stuck in the fear zone? You stop posting, you go back to learning new things. Like, for example, you may be an expert in hormones, and then all of a sudden you start learning all the things about gut and about liver and about all the other beautiful things that you think that you need to learn, that you need to master before going ahead. That's the fear zone. In the learning zone, yes, you acquire new skills, you learn new things on how to cope with those fears. All of a sudden, that's why you realize that you're enough, you can do it. You just have to take one step forward every single day. And if a step back happens, it's not the end all be all. It's just a setback, a minor setback that you're going to be able to work through. The learning zone is where you extend the comfort zone, because sometimes it's not about stepping out of your comfort zone, of your familiar zone. It's not about getting rid of all the fears. Sometimes it's about making that little box, that little house, a little bit more spacious or a little bit prettier, more comfortable, until you're ready to expand even more. So you see, you are in the very beginning in the familiar zone. I don't have my period back. I'm still exercising every day. I'm not prioritizing my health. I'm not sleeping enough. I'm not nourishing my body. And then all of a sudden you decide to change that. And so many fears overcome you. What if people stop loving me? What if I'm not worth it? What if I fail? What if people are gonna judge me? What if I need to weight gain? What if I feel even more uncomfortable? How can I stop exercising? How can I start eating more? All these questions. And then you keep on expanding and you keep on challenging yourself. And that's when you get to the learning zone. Okay, have this fear. How can I tackle it? How can I challenge it? Where can I go to ask for support? Once you get to the learning zone, is when you start reaching out. Is when you send me messages and you say, I'm ready to change. Is when you start sharing on the community if you're already part of the recovery program. It's where you show up for the group calls, for the one-on-one. It's when you start journaling, writing down your goals, writing down your fears. It's where you make stuff happen. It's when you change your old ingrained beliefs, and you step into actions. And then after that, and there is the growth zone. And from the learning zone, you don't step into the next zone. You just keep on expanding. It just happens because you're working on yourself every single day, and your life is going to expand. Your brain is going to expand. You're going to find a new purpose, which is not only about exercising and restricting calories, but there is so much more than that. And that's where you start living also the life of your dreams. If you're working with me, you have already heard about the meditation, the guided meditation, one day in your recovered self. But that's also when you become that recover person. It's where you conquer all your objectives, all the things that you've set your mind to do, to achieve. And that's when you start setting higher goals, when you don't compromise any longer. Because not nourishing your body, not sleeping enough, exercising too much, are not serving you in this new version 2.0 that you have created. See, that's how you can create the life of your dream. That's why you can create the person that you want to become. And there are so many ways that you can do that. And as I said before, it's just by writing down your goals, writing down your objectives, thinking that you're worth it, thinking that you deserve to do what you're doing, that you deserve to nourish yourself and to relax a little bit. That's why you join the program and you show up to the group calls. You talk to the community. You send me DMs. You book in that one-on-one session. That's why you challenge your fears on a daily basis. And if you cannot do it, you write about it, you talk about it, you find an accountability buddy. That's where expansion takes place. And it's absolutely fine sometimes to get to the learning zone or even to the growth zone and go back to the familiar zone. And there are different familiar zones in your life. So there is the one for your business, the one for your HA recovery process, for your family, relationship. And you mentioned all your familiar zones. And it's absolutely okay to adopt different process for every single familiar zone. And it's absolutely okay to get to the learning zone, to then go back into the comfort zone. But once you do that, you already know how to untangle yourself and to get out of it pretty quickly. I really hope that this video was useful. So let me stop sharing this page now, if I will ever find a way to do that. Here I am again, my face. So I hope that this video was useful. So remember that sometimes the comfort zone, it's not really that comfortable. And it's the control that you feel when you are in that zone. It's pretty illusionary. Think about if we were told since we were little kids that we have control over our life, that we don't need to blame other people for the things that are happening to us. And we cannot control other people's behaviors, but we can choose and control how we feel and how we react to external things, to external comments, to external events. All righty. If you want to get in touch with me, and if you need to talk about your comfort zone and how to get to the growth zone, you know where to find me. Bye for now.